The transfer of the seeded oyster shells from the technician's lab to their new home in the ocean is carefully managed, and the team works fast to get them settled on the ocean floor. This new home is only temporary, but extremely important in the process of getting the oysters through the seeding process. Once settled in their new home, every few days the diving team arrive on site and turn the cages over, ensuring that the nacre flows evenly over the implanted seed. The process is extremely important and the team move regularly across the oyster frames to ensure the best possible results. It's hard to imagine the extremes that the team have to deal with when you have a relatively smooth day like today, but they need to be here day in, day out, tending to the oysters to ensure that they're cared for properly. Luke Bone is one of the team, and I couldn't help but ask him a few of the more obvious questions. One of the hazards that a lot of people would be really concerned for you with up here are those big crocodiles, and there are some big ones, but do they come out this far?
We don't usually see them this far out towards the lease.
Yep.
We do get them in the creek at Willie Creek there. Anytime we've got to work on the anchor lines or moving any moorings and things like that, they'll usually poke their head up for a look and see what's happening in their creek.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to have someone on croc watch in the creek. But out here, they don't really come this far out. They will travel up and down the coast, but not this far out.
And you get the jellyfish issues at times too, don't you?
Yeah, up here, certain times of the year, we get irukandji. They're here most of the year, but more potent in the wet season. They can be quite nasty. They're quite small. So we've got for the mask there, we've got a Ned Kelly mask, which is basically a wetsuit protection on the face, so the whole body's protected.
How do you feel when you sort of head back and the harvest is done and we start to see what comes out of those shells? It must be pretty rewarding at times.
Oh, for sure, for sure. This takes a fair while. It'll be like 2 years before these oysters are ready to produce that pearl.
Yep.
But as I said, we've got other oysters on the line, so we do see them fairly often through the year. But it is really rewarding to get one of those really big, nice spears, beautiful lustre on it, things like that.
These guys are incredibly humble, but the challenges they face are quite incredible. And somehow they still seem to do it with a smile on their face. It's a pretty amazing workplace you've got here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're out in the water nearly every day. I've been on the water for 30 years and I couldn't think of anywhere better to be. I'm not an office worker. Underwater's where my office is. When you're down there and everything's moving around you, you've got a lot of marine life, tides are moving, and it really just puts you in the zone. You know, everything's present right there. Your mind's not wandering off about other things or any stress. You're just there for the job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really love it. It's great.
This home is only temporary, but extremely important in the process of getting the oysters through the seeding phase.